So this video is going to walk you through how to do a calculation with strong versus strong titration. Okay. So first thing you always must do with a titration reaction is writing out the balanced acid-base reaction. So HCl plus NaOH goes to water and NaCl. Okay. Notice that everything is 1-to-1, meaning you have a 1 H for every 1 OH. So it makes your life a little easier in terms of the calculation. So how does the pH 50 mils of a 0.1 molar HCl change as a 0.2 molar NaOH is added through a titration? So again, using a burette, going step by step. So what I'm going to do is go through different parts of the problem, and I usually set it up this way. So find the pH before you add the base. What is the pH as you start to add the base to it, but before the equivalence point? What is the pH at the equivalence point, and what is the pH after the equivalence point? So again, with this video, you might want to take out a calculator so you can kind of do the calculations as I do them. So initially, the pH is just driven by the HCl that's in that flask. Since this is a strong acid, all I got to do is take the negative log of the 0.1 molar concentration, and I get a pH of 1. And I got 3 sig figs here, so I'm going to do 3 sig figs after the decimal. So this is where it gets interesting. What is the pH after some NaOH is added? So please understand these parts are all total. This is a total volume that I'm adding to it. So I'm not adding 10 mils and then 20 mils on top of it. So I just break it down this way. So what's the pH after it's added? So now it becomes kind of a mole-to-mole problem. So how much H plus do I have in there? Well, the H plus is coming from the hydrochloric acid. So I have a 0.1 molar and I have 50 mils of it. So I'm going to take 0.05 liters and multiply it by 0.1 molar. And I find that I have 0.005 moles of H plus. Then my OH is the 10 mils I'm adding there, and I have a 0.2 molar concentration. So my OH is going to be 0.01 liters times 0.2 molar, and that gives me 0.002 moles of OH. So then I have more H plus than I do OH, so I end up with 0.003 moles of H plus. But in order to find my concentration of H plus, I need to divide it by the new volume. So if I have 10 mils of NaOH in there and I had 50 mils of HCl to begin with, I have a total volume of 60 mils, which is 0.06 liters. So that comes out to be 0.05 molarity as my H plus concentration. So what do? I take the negative log of that. And that comes out, I'm going to write the pH over here just so you can see it a little easier. So my pH comes out to be 1.301 from the log of that. So the next two, I'm going to pause the video and kind of show you the work after it. But I'm adding 20 mils total, and I'm adding 24.9 mils total. So it's going to be the same calculation, just different numbers. So I'm going to pause it and then come back. So adding 20 mils of NaOH, again, I always go back to how much H plus I have in there. That's always going to be the same value. And then all you got to do is take the volume times the concentration. You end up with more H plus until you hit the equivalence point. You do it over the total volume, which in this case is 0.07. So you end up with 0.014 molarity as my H plus concentration. So I end up with a pH of 1.845. So again, it's going up, but it's not going up dramatically. Then for part C, same kind of idea. And the reason I picked this number is because the equivalence point is 25 mils. Well, how did I know it was going to be 25 mils? Well, if I go back here, my concentration of NaOH is twice that of HCl. And since everything is 1-to-1 here, if I have 50 mils of it, that means I need about 25 mils of it to neutralize it. So I always pick a number right next to the equivalence point, just so you could see where it jumps up the biggest. So again, this number becomes really small, the difference between the H plus and the OH, and you will see that the pH is now 3.573. So think again of that S curve, okay? realize that again, the pH stays very low, and then all of a sudden it starts to shoot up, and then you hit your equivalence point. Okay, so that's what is indicative of a strong versus strong. So at your equivalence point, you have the same number of H pluses as you do OH. So I have that written out over here. So that is where everything is neutral. So all you have is there is water. And so water does produce H plus and OH minus, but it produces it equally. So that is where your pH is going to be exactly 7, exactly 7. So it's really just a question of mole to mole kind of problem. So there's one other step, and that is, what if I added 30 mils of NaOH to that? Okay, so again, this is my total volume. So I do 5 mils after the equivalence point is really the only thing I do with this calculation to minimize the amount of work I have to do. So I know that all of the H has been neutralized and all I have is leftover OH. So my leftover OH is going to be that 5 mils, which is 0.005 liters, times my 2 molarity, my 0.2 molarity. So that gives me my 0.001 moles of OH minus, but my total volume now is 80, so I have to include that. So that's going to be 0.0125 moles, molarity of OH. So that, if I take the negative log of 0.0125, I get 1.903. Now in your head, you should be going, wait a minute, that's really wrong. And please keep in mind this S curve, okay? Once you're past that equivalence point, you're gonna be well into the basic range. So this is your POH, okay? If you take the negative log of that OH concentration, I cannot stress that enough. So the pH actually comes out to be about 12.096. And once you pass that equivalence point and just add some more base, you always get that. So for these types of equations, I am going to have you draw some titration curves to kind of show me what the data gives you. So again, you have a pretty flat bottom here, and then it goes up, and then it flattens out at the top. And then somewhere in the middle of these two, so if I were to draw a line across and a line across, and again, I did this by hand, so it's probably not perfect, it should line up to a pH of 7. So it needs to be equally in between if you didn't catch that before. So it's going to be in the middle of the upward span that you have. And if you go down to the milliliters of NaOH, that is where it's going to match the equivalence point. So that's going to be at 25 mils. And again, your starting point is probably going to be around 1. Your top point is around 12 or whatever you calculate it to be. So again, with these calculations, it just turns out to be, you know, multiple kind of problems, much easier type of problem than when we get to weeks. Weeks are a little bit more complicated.